Well, a very good afternoon and the warmest of welcomes to the city of Pocheon and day 3 coverage of the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship stage for the first time here at the Montvert Country Club. It's been a low-scoring week once again on the KLPGA Tour, the cut falling at 4 under par through 36 holes. We lost the defending champion. We lost the player who's never finished outside the top 5 here in Park Ji-young and Park Hyun-kyung. But 64 players, including an amateur, Sung Ah-jin, progressed safely through to the weekend, trying to catch Hong Jung-min, who began the second half of the week at 15 under par, enjoying a one-shot lead over Kim Min-sol. Jung Yun-chi set the new course record yesterday in a brilliant round of 9 under par 63, but it's been a tale of 2 different days for the two-time winner thus far. Yet to make a birdie on Saturday. In fact, she's dropped a shot on the 7th to lie in a share of 3rd, back on 12 under par. Park Min-ji's had a solid day at the office, just coming off her 2nd birdie of the day at 8 to move herself up to 12 under par. 19-time winner on the KLPGA Tour. It's an aggressive line into that tucked flagstick on the 9th, but Min-ji will have an opportunity for birdie. Jung-min, bogey-free through 2 days. She's already picked up a pair of birdies this afternoon. Lead is 1 over the hard-charging Yoo Hyun-joo. More on her a little bit later on. Jung-min slips that one past. So safe to say we're going to have a new scoring record at this championship this week. Montvert Country Club presented in immaculate condition, and we had some rain earlier in the week. It really softened up the golf course. And these ladies have taken full advantage. Be really aggressive into these hole locations. Greens are running pure, as they always do in South Korea. Soft greens, smooth surfaces, and well, these ladies can certainly make birdies in bunches. Been a nice day thus far for Ji-han Sol. It's a 3rd birdie of the day. Getting awfully crowded on that 12 under par mark. 7 players now, or 6 players, excuse me, in a share of 3rd. But it's still Hong Jung-min, who sits comfortably atop the leaderboard at 17 under par. Young-min just making the turn, and he made the cut at 4 under par. She's dropped a couple already. Down near the wrong end of the leaderboard. Still in red figures though. Up to the 9th and Ji Hyun 3. Korean won prize purse up for grabs this week for the finest on the KLPGA Tour, the 2nd event of the 2nd half of the 2025 season. A couple of weeks off for the summer break before we return to the island of Jeju last week, where little sister Koji won the Jeju Samdasu Masters, and that was a terrific weekend of golf. Korea's vacation island. Jung-min, championship leader on the 9th tee, reigning KLPGA championship winner. Not someone who's going to overpower a golf course, but she certainly knows how to plod her way around it. Though having said that, finding the left rough, particularly to today's tucked left hole location, that's going to severely limit her options. How aggressive she can be. Up on the green though, Min-ji, she's not a player you want to see in your rearview mirror. Hasn't factored too strongly over the last couple of months on tour, but she is lurking. she's picked up in the last 3 years. Her health struggles. Just puts those accomplishments into sharp focus. What a gamer she is. Now, Min Sol. Jung Min Ji. Birdieless on the day. Back at 12 under par. Like Hong Jung Min into that left rough. It's going to make things a little awkward. Just turned pro a couple months ago. No stranger to factoring on a weekend in a KLPGA Tour event. Finished a runner-up at the Kyochon Honey Ladies Open back in 2023 as an amateur. Just gotta get something going. Jung Min-ji, 24 hours ago, this was right in the middle of her 5-in-a-row birdie run round the turn. Don't let Jungmin get out too far in front of you. Stay in the fairway and allow Jung Min-ji to be a little bit more aggressive coming into this green. Picture perfect setting here at Montvert Country Club, nestled in the hills of Pucheon City. Oh Seung-hui looking to continue some fine momentum. She's made 4 birdies today, a couple of drop shots. Turned in 2 under. That's nicely played into the par 4 10th. Going to be a busy stretch of golf coming up for the ladies on the KLPGA Tour. 3 majors in the second half of the season and the Hana Financial Group Championship as well. Yuan Ju's only victory on tour was one of those 3 majors, the KB Financial Group Star Championship. She'll be defending when we roll back to Blackstone in Incheon in a couple of weeks' time. Made the biggest move today. In fact, she was 6 under par through the first 5 holes and on an absolute heater. Dropped a shot at 8. Did bounce back with a nice birdie back at the 9th to lie at 16 under par and within 1 of Hong Jung-min. It's moving day here in the 4th edition of the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. See the problem if you do find the left rough on 9. It wasn't so much an issue with the whole location in the first 2 days in the right half of the green. That penalty area, you're coming over most of it from this angle. You tug it a little left and that ball's going to be baptized. And that would be dropping it in almost the same spot. So a little bit of caution required here from Min Sol and Jung Min. No caution there. That was an awfully aggressive line from Kim. Just pulled it off, so fair play to her. She's always leaned on her solid iron game throughout her career, Jung Min-ji. Straight at it. A bit unlucky with that first kick. Course is drying up very nicely after the heavy downpour we had on Thursday morning, so perhaps players having to factor in the fact that the first bounce is going to be a little bit hotter than we've seen over the first couple of rounds. Jung Min off the downslope doesn't generate quite as much clubhead speed as some of her peers on tour, so not as much spin. All comes out a little flatter as well. That lead I'd be shocked if she took it straight at the target. It's just got to be right at the TV tower. That's about as aggressive as you want to be. Yeah, good sensible play from Hong Jung-min. Like I said earlier, just a good tactician. Plots her way around well, good distance control. Still has a birdie look coming up at 9. Now, Lee Chae-eun 2 on the backside of the golf course, just birdied the 11th. This an opportunity at the par 5 12th to move it to 5 under par for day 3, and it looks pretty good. It is good. Lee Chae-eun 2 round to 67, 69, and now breaks out of that tie for 3rd at 12 under. Is it all by herself within 4 of Hong. Now Minji. Just missing the fairway out wide. Only missed 1 cut this year. Minji. Off the back of that has only recorded 3 top 10s, which is highly un-Minji-like. Factor last week, 2 weeks ago, at the Aurora World Ladies Championship. Best finish this year, stroke play finish, was tied for 10th a couple of times. Jo Hye Lim. Yet to win on tour, yet to have a top 10 this season. On the green, Ju is a runner-up finish already this year. No miscuts, enjoying very consistent 2025. Just to tie the lead. Good effort. Enjoying a fantastic run just towards the end of the first half of the season. 7 straight top 10s before the summer break. Jung-min currently lies 2nd on the money list behind EA1. Runner-up alongside Bae So-hyun to Koji won last week. So the runner-up finish at the Haiwan Resorts Ladies Open, the last event before we took a couple of weeks off. Now Seong-hui at 10. Coming downhill, just works a little off the right. Yeah, really nicely holed for last year's Korea Women's Open champion. Good birdie there for Seong-hui. She'll move up alongside Lee Chae-eun 2 at 13 under. Yeah, Jung Yin-ji. Yin-ji, it's always been about that club in her hands right now. If the putter can start getting hot, I mean, she creates so many good opportunities for herself. That's when she can really start to rack up the birdies, as we saw yesterday. This is a good look from just outside of 15 feet. Touch pacey. It's just about staying patient out there. Maybe Jung Yin-ji right now. Yeah, the putts aren't dropping, but you just got to keep giving yourself looks. Now, Jihan Sol. 3rd shot now to the 12. Nice flat lie. Don't get too many of them around Montvert. She'll take full advantage. Brilliant shot to access that little back left pocket where the pin is cut today. just 19 years of age. Only her fourth start on the KLPGA Tour this season. Plays mostly on the Dream Tour, where she has had a great amount of success. 4 victories on the secondary circuit this season alone, comfortably leading that money list. She's had limited starts on the KLPGA Tour this year. She's taken advantage. Yet to finish outside the top 30 in her past 3 appearances. Go up to Hwang Yo-min on 13, 1 over par for her round today. Tough putt to negotiate. See that huge hump. She's coming up and over, but it matters not. Brilliantly holed there for Hwang Yo-min. Ugly double back at 11, but at least she's getting back in the right direction. Hands down her best season on tour so far. Over 718 million Korean won already locked up for Hong Jung-min through 15 starts this season. First major title I mentioned earlier at Lakewood, coming at the KLPGA Championship. This is a little uncomfortable for Park Min-ji, particularly with the hole on the front right corner of the green. Ball well below your feet. Coming out of thick rough, just trying to get it into some kind of workable position in which to save par. Makes no gimme up and down. Certainly the spot to be missing it. So your final group of Saturday through the turn, and there's no change up top. Hong Jung-min continues to enjoy a comfortable lead at 17 under par, but Yoo Hyun-ju has been making the big move. The reigning financial group star champion is 6 under for her day and within 1 of Hong's lead. she's definitely going to have a full card next season on the KLPGA Tour. Don't think anyone's going to catch her atop the Dream Tour money list. So would love to lock up a 2-year exemption that comes with winning a tournament on the KLPGA Tour. She will start the back 9 on Saturday. Big 5 shots behind Hong Jung-min. Now, first look of the week at Choi Rim. Fabulously talented golfer we've seen for years on tour, still yet to win. She has been knocking on the door on several occasions and has given herself a nice look for birdie there. Move her up to 11 under, now to 12, and Ji-Han Sol. She convert after that beautifully controlled approach shot. This putt still has a little bit of movement to the right. Okay. Slots that one in confidently. Good birdie for Ji-Han Sol. Back to back on 11 and 12. I talked about it a little yesterday on the coverage about how Hong Jung-min just seems to be a different player mentally. She's always been solid. Has had great club face control all throughout her young career on tour. But she just, after that win at the KLPGA Championship, just oozing confidence and belief. And leaning like that one's a touch pushed. Oh, that's fine. Takes a nice friendly kick back towards the middle of the fairway. Turning into a great front runner, Hong Jung-min. Remember, she was in the final group. It was 2 years ago at the Hana Financial Group Championship. Lee Daeon, Minji Lee, Patty Tavatanakit, some of the big stars of the women's game, and just didn't look very settled. Certainly looks a different player now. Yinji, much like Kim Min-sol, just gotta stay patient, keep crafting opportunities. 27 holes to play here at Montvert before we crown our 4th MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship winner. Defending champion Park Ji-young had a sluggish start on day 1 with a 72, but really turned on the style yesterday, a 66 to comfortably make it through to the weekend. Park Ji-young, couple under today, she's up inside the top 30 at 8 under par. But as the final group make their way off the 10th tee, it's Hong Jung-min who continues to lead by 1. Out to the green, Park Min-ji. Couple of swales to contend with here. Looks like a lower lofted club played off the back foot. It's the old chip and run, old school golf shot. Have it rolling out like a putt. Maybe a touch aggressive with her pace. I always like that play. It just feels so much more controllable. Get the ball on the ground as quickly as possible. Take out the variables of trying to throw something up close to the hole with spin. Go ahead to 11. And the hot lady on the golf course right now, Yoo Hyun-ju, splits the fairway. Just has a wedge in hand to this left hole location. You know what she's thinking. Full attack mode. Got that one outright, trying to draw it back towards the pin. It's nicely played. Back to 10. This lengthy par putt for Jo-hye Lim. He must have been in some trouble all the way up the hole. 4 years of age now. Here, Lim. It's the cut last week. Jeju, top 60, keep their tour cards at the end of the year. She's 59th starting the week, so a hugely important weekend coming up for Jo. to 11. And Ro Seong Hui for another birdie. No, not this time. Minji, those important momentum-saving putts. This for par. Still a little left on her. Just didn't hit it hard enough. So pays the price for an errant tee shot. Second bogey of the day will drop Park Min-ji back to where she began the weekend. Little par for her third round. So back to 11. Birdie opportunity for Choi Ye-bon. She needed it. Good putt. Second of the day. Jung In-ji. Good spot to be. You see that pin perched on the right side of the green. Calls for a high cut if possible. Yeah, you see a lot of players just out towards that fat side of the green. Aggressive swings at conservative targets, as the Hall of Famer Ernie Els used to say. Yeah. Yeomin after that birdie on 13. He's pushed up at the 14th today, only playing 440 meters, so pretty much the entire field able to reach in two. Expect to see an eagle or two here. Might even see an eagle from Hwang Yeomin. Yeah, so drew a nice line coming out of the left rough. Gives her a slightly better angle to that pin than Jung Yoon-ji. Still got to be wary of the flyer. In prime position, well up the fairway. She's taking dead aim. Shows you the confidence she's got in her game right now. Just a full wedge. Doesn't sound like the best of contacts, but missed the green in a spot where she can think about holding that chip. Very easy one. Doing everything right so far this week, Hong Jung-min. To tie the lead, Yoo Hyun-ju. This would be something for a sixth birdie of the day. Oh, it had a peak. It's still Jung-min who leads over the hard-charging Yoo Hyun-ju here on the back nine Saturday afternoon at the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. Okay, maybe a little misjudgment on the jumper lie from the left rough has left Kim Min-sol here on the back edge of the 10th green. Everything coming downhill towards that hole location. Second half of the putt looks to be pretty speedy. You've got to get it there first. Oh no. Oh, that is a huge mistake for Kim Min-sol. Leaving it well short. But she's still got the entire downhill segment to go. Not been an easy day for Kim. Up to 11 and Park Min-ji. Left hole locations are her bread and butter. Has to work that stock draw all the way around the golf course. So to her eye, this is very appetizing. Just maybe a little too much club on that one for Min-ji. Still gives herself a look. I said this was makeable. All sitting very cleanly in that tufty first cut. Fringe grass, uphill. Should just wiggle left, but you can give this a run, Jung-min. Oh, what did I tell you? Look at that. Hong Jung-min finds a birdie at 10, stretches the lead to 2. Plenty of reasons to smile for Hong Jung-min. Now to 12, and Han Jin-son. Nice birdie. Gets herself to 2 under today, Jin-son. Chung Min-ji looking out right around the flag portion of the shadow to her left. Sling a little right as it works its way down towards the hole. I haven't seen Anna Rin on the KLPGA Tour in a while. Enjoying her time stateside in America. That's a great eagle there. For the multiple-time winner here in South Korea. She'll move into the top 10. Min-sol for par. If you're Kim Min-sol or Jung In-ji right now, you have to start wondering, what on earth do I have to do? A pair of them haven't made a single birdie between them, and now have combined for 4 bogeys. Jung-min is outscoring the pair of them comfortably. Now Yo-min playing alongside Na-rin, much closer look for eagle at 14. Going to be a similar result. Just had enough pace to hang on. Wang Yo-min hitting a lovely purple patch midway through this back 9. Gets up to 10 under par. We go to Min-ji on 11. Yeah, good try there. Nice aggressive pace. You see that breeze, which really wasn't a factor on day 1. Just starting to pick up a little bit, so it's going to keep things interesting for Hong Jung-min and company this weekend. So a 2-shot lead re-established for Jung-min as she steps up to the 11th tee. Years of age now, Jung-min. Got her first tour title at the Doosan Match Play in her sophomore season. The KLPGA Tour 2 years ago. Her first stroke play victory at Lakewood earlier this May. Poor tee shot for Jung Yun-ji in the left rough. It looks to be sitting up, but a couple of scruffy spots around the golf ball there, so maybe going to put some doubts in her mind, and add into the fact that you're coming uphill to this green and you're working downwind from the rough. I just don't see a way for her to get this one close. 25 feet, just a little bit long and right would be a good result from this spot. Min. Looking out towards that TV tower. Not a pin you need to be overly aggressive with, not with a two-shot lead, and once again, placing her ball very nicely around the golf course. Just through the fairway. Kim Min-sol with her tee shot. It looks to be a very thick lie. Would be the sensible thing. Look out towards that same TV tower. A little soft on her. And it's worked out well. The play. Roh Seung-hui at 12, pretty long ways back. She's got the heavy artillery. She's very good with these clubs, though. Case in point right there. further down the fairway is where we find Choi. There you go. Thought that was Yu Drew. Let's do a double take. Graphics department does sleep a little every now and then on these broadcasts. That is not her best effort. At least it's on the correct segment of the green, though, for Yu Hyun-ju. That's Choi Ye-bon. If you're brave, take it a little bit right of this pin and use that slope to funnel it towards the pin. Ain't it too far right, and you leave yourself a sneaky up and down though. Oh, just go straight at it. Did that kiss the flagstick? Certainly sounded like it. Brilliant stuff from Choi Ye-bon. Didn't get all of that second. That ball luckily skipped up to here for Jung Yun-ji. Pretty straightforward little chip shot. Gave it a mighty run. Very much came out of nowhere to win the Star Championship last year, Yu Hyun-ju. Much an unheralded surprise. Obviously that helped her to secure Rookie of the Year honors. Never easy to keep your card. First season out on tour, much less to win, but she was trending in the right direction going into that week in Incheon. Couple top tens at the Lotte Open in Cheongna, the Hanwha Classic, and the Heaven Masters before that life-changing triumph at Blackstone. Robbed home to victory as well, 13 under par. Built on that excellent showing in her rookie season here in 2025. Talked about it, 10 top 10s inside the top 10 on the money list. Just finished this year a runner-up at the Yongpyong Resort in June. It's taken her a little while, a couple of weeks to get settled back after the little break we had mid-season. She is right back where she belongs this week in Pocheon, challenging around the business end of the leaderboard. It wasn't her best approach into this green, so she's got a pretty lengthy one. It's going to be slow as well, so has to give this one a good wrap. Was aggressive. And she's got a bit of cleaning up to do as a result. Now back to your leader for birdie on 11. You are kidding me. Hong Jong-min. Absolutely relentless atop the leaderboard. Her advantage now grows to 3. She's going to take some catching with this torrid form continues. Now to the 14th and Icheon 2. Surprise, surprise, it's another putt for Eagle here on this par 5. A simple tap-in birdie is going to move her up to 14 under. Come on, Minsalt. Just want to see one of these drop just for her confidence. Trying to put a pep back in her step. Barely clinging on inside the top 10 as things stand. Oh, heart-wrenching. That's golf for you sometimes. You can do everything right and the putts still don't drop. Seung-hui on 12. This left to right slider we saw from Jihan Sol's, but it does try to get away if you're not positive enough with your base. Ooh, just catches a piece of the right edge and topples in for Seung-hui. A little longer than she would have liked for par, but don't see this posing any problems for Hyunju. I don't think she's going to know it yet. She trails by 3. Those back-to-back birdies from Hong Jong-min. Rip on after that fabulous approach. Should be clawing her way up to 13 under par. Chasing pack doing everything they can to try to keep pace with your runaway leader, Hong Jong-min, who finds herself leading by 3 and just going with a 3-wood off this 12th tee. Just creeps into the left rough, but shouldn't really be a bother. 12 ball unreachable for pretty much every player in the field. Did manage to roll in her putt to save par at 12, so Chung Min-ji will be next to play. Now further down the fairway, so we find Park Min-ji getting ready to play her 3rd shot. This one on a nice line. She's got the right number. Oh no. Oh, that was, I'd say, half a club shot. She's on the green and she may not be putting it because of that huge hump. I wouldn't be surprised to see her chip that. She knows that is probably a couple of feet away from crossing that slope and funneling onto the correct segment. Now she's got a lot of work to do. Now here Lim. Got a great angle from this right rough. Pretty much all she could do. Going for the fat of the green. Barrage of birdies continues, and that stretches Hong Jong-min's lead to 3. nudge this one as far down the fairway as possible and hope for a relatively flat lie. So it's kept really good tempo. Jung Yun-ji, nice and smooth. Nothing rushed or hurried about her swing. Good tempo to copy. And if you're watching back home, now on the green, like I said, no option to putt this one for Park Min-ji. If you're a greenskeeper, look away. Just trying to pitch this one in the fringe. Oh. Yeah, quite a bit too much ball there. Was always going to be a tough shot, has to be said, from Min-ji. Imagine this would just be a hybrid club. Those cut through rough so much better. Technology has made playing out of the thicker stuff a lot easier through the years. Ooh, that one came off the bottom of the club. Might have been heart in mouth for a brief moment. Still in play. That could be perhaps a touch problematic for Hong Jong-min coming from that left-hand rough. Hit on the green. An outside birdie look for Jo Hye Lim. Last third of this putt really moves to the left. Should start turning there. Good try. Now, statistically, this is going to be a two-putt for Park Min-ji. Suppose you would have to say it probably should count as an up and down as well, but regardless, it would be a par and a good one at that. No, slam that through the break. I've seen this a little too often from Min-ji over the last year or so. She gets herself into position, plays some very solid golf, and then just goes off the boil. I don't know if that's a mental thing or a technical thing, but the 19-time winner on tour can struggle. Pointing her around, or pointing her weak. Don't be too hard on yourself if you put a couple of loose swings on a golf ball in your next round. Ji Hyun for her part. Just be a left edge putt. So speed dependent from this angle. Yes, well hold. Kim Min-sol didn't see the tee shot. This is either a very, very long tee shot or a very poor layup. Given her speed and power, I'm inclined to think it might be the former. No, it's the latter. There's been some real problems off the tee. Still can make amends. He cannot leak this one outright. It takes a little soft kick that really from 220 meters away, that's not too bad. She's not as far up the green as Park Min-ji was, so should be able to have some manner of putt at it. Left rough. Just doing the sensible thing there. Again, excellent play has built her that lead. No need to try and force the issue. Kunju and the chasers have to come and get her. Speaking of Hyunju, here she is, coming up to the brutally long 13th hole, longest par 4 on the backside. And into that, the fact that you play uphill for your second shot. It's a 7-iron. It's going to have to be a well-struck one. A little toey. Pulls that long left. Not the worst miss in the world. Lo Seung-hui. 6-iron. That feels like the right club for Ro. The flag fluttering up ahead on the green. The breeze should be helping for their second shots. Just a little out wide right, but not bad. Don't be too displeased with that effort. Jung Yun-ji, good layup, good angle. Got to start taking advantage, start crafting some better looks at birdie. Unlucky, big first bounce. Still solid. So an eagle look at the 14. This would vault her into solo third. Decent effort. Good pace on that from Hansol. It's going to be a 5th birdie of the day. Formerly known as a player who could only win 54-hole events, put that rumor to bed 2 years ago when she won over 4 rounds at the Jeju Samdasu Masters. Terrific final round deal with Choi Rim. There's a player who won as an amateur at the Remade Championship a few years ago. Got her first win as a pro at the Dukchin EPC Championship this season. Kim Min Sun 7. Should just be a simple 2-putt birdie as well for Kim. That'll take her up into a share of 7th place at 12 under par. Still got to allow for some borrow, and these putts are always tricky to judge pace-wise because you're coming up a pretty steep slope, but off the back of that, it is going to gather pace once it gets over that mound. And after it crests that hill, it's going to be swinging to the left. Just one of those putts you're happy to 2-putt and get out of here. Roll it up inside of 3 feet. Well done. Nicely judged. Choi Yebon through the back of the green at 13. Pretty baked out looking lie, so contact is going to be key here. Easy to catch these a little fat. Oh, nip that one nice. You could hear the precise strike. Beautiful shot. The importance of a tiny short game on full display there from Choi Bon. Yeah, Jungmin, similar putt to what faced Kim Min Sol, but on the angle should be a hair straighter than Kim's. So we've got that slope to contend with. So again, pace is paramount. Very nicely cozied up. Only player in the field who is bogey-free so far in the championship. Okay, as long as the lie is okay, should be a fairly elementary up and down for Hyunju. Just the plop and run. Simple as you like. Yunji putt primarily just works straight uphill for her from the back of the green. Up a low round with another one the following day. I just found that was to do with your psyche, expecting to make a bunch of putts, and if you do early, great, but if you don't, like Jung In-ji, just find yourself treading water, and compare that to how you performed the day before, and it just feels like you're playing so much worse when you're really not. Good effort from Seung-hui. For par. Now, Min Sol can't afford any more slip-ups today. Okay, good two-putt. Hopefully that settles her down a little after her misadventures off the tee. Up to Kim Min Sun, 7 at the par 3 15th. Been a lot of good tee shots here throughout the week so far. Can add that one to the list. At the top of the show, soft greens, pure greens. These players can pretty much play target practice. Now back to Park Min-ji, who's dropped a couple of shots since making the turn. Love to make amends here at the difficult 13th. Huge tee shot for Park, just a wedge left. Hangs that one out to dry, just a little right. Not bad though. The 13th hole in the middle of your screens there. Meanders around the question mark bunkers to the right hand side of the fairway. Absolutely have to avoid those. Longest of the par 4s on the back nine here at Montvert. One position, Jung In-ji. after that tee shot. It doesn't need to go challenging those two bunkers. Hong Jung-min can look out towards the left half of the fairway, or left edge of the fairway even if that means a slightly longer second shot to the green. With her club face control and the way that she's been swinging it this week, that's not going to be a problem whatsoever. Finding those traps would be. Fluid over the traps with aplomb. Picking up a little bit of distance in the last few months on Jung-min. Couple out with the fact that she's swinging with a lot of confidence. It's a pretty lethal combination. Now Hansel just left of the 15th green, but a pretty straight chip. Shouldn't break too much once this hits the green. Good touch. See from that aerial shot, that pin cut in a little back swale, protected by that mound a couple paces short. It just sort of protrudes in from the left edge of the green, so it's a hard hole location to get close to, especially with anything but a wedge or a short iron, particularly if you've got a 6-iron like Jung Yun Ji. Only real way to get it close is try and flight someone down, fire it into the slope and have it crest and roll over to the right. So I expect this to just be played out a little right, the percentage play. Now got aggressive with it, tries to work off the bank and ends up in an okay spot there for Jung Yun Ji. That lovely tee shot into the 15th. Kim Min Sun for back-to-back birdies. Already birdied the 8th today. And she's got another 2 on the card. To 14. And Han Jin Son. Just going to try and keep this rolling smoothly through the fringe. Fringe grass a little bit shaggier than we have seen at other courses on tour this year. A lot more friction for the ball to deal with as it makes its way through. A little shy there, Jin Son. And you find the right edge of the fairway. There's less of that hump to come over, and she's only got 9-iron, Hong Jung-min. So if she so chooses, she could be a little bit more aggressive, and that breeze coming off the right is going to help her do that. Oh no. Half a club shy, I'm afraid. Now that's going to be a tricky one. You can see it work off that mound I was describing earlier. Well, birdie putt, but not a straightforward one for the tournament leader. Had a great round yesterday, Choi Yeon-woo, 65, which included a hole-out eagle at the 7th. Ho-hum today so far for Choi. Getting better by the 2nd. Lovely stuff. But a pretty pedestrian day as well for Kim Hye-lim, who's just gotten herself the right side of par with a birdie back on the 14th. Frankly, if you're not birdieing 14 today, you are giving up at least a shot to the field. The action, like the birdies, are coming thick and fast here on day 3 of the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. Hong Jung-min continues to lead by 3. Okay. Pretty simple. Chip left for Jung Yun Ji. Sitting down a bit, so I expect this to be tumbling once it comes out. Yeah, just had to protect against that shooting off the club face. Maybe a little too cautious there for Jung. To 16. And Cheon for another birdie. To get to 7 under par for her third round. She has certainly got it going today. Lovely 3 there for Lee Chae-yun too. Takes a lot of feel, putts like these. Send it up and over. That little ridge. Just have it peel off to the right as it approaches the hole. Again, anytime she looks like she's going to give players a sniff, Hong Jung-min just confidently walks up and brushes one in for par. Really impressive front running. And the 23-year-old leader, Kim Lim, 2020 US Women's Open champion, 3 wins on the KLPGA Tour, 3 wins on the LPGA Tour, including one this year at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, where she bested American #1 Nelly Korda by 2 shots. Pop up now for Kim Min-sol. Put herself in a lot of pressure situations today to not give up any more ground. It's nicely holed. Just keeping that round together. Has not had her best today. And so, she's hanging tough. Choi and-woo. A couple of wins on her resume. At the moment, couple back. 1 less now for Choi. 30. Gets her up to 11 under. Now to the 14th, and what I assume to be an eagle putt for Choi Rim. Seen eagles from Anna Rin and Hwang Yo-min. Choi Rim catches a piece of the cup. And Paul stubbornly remains above ground. The simplest of birdies will move her inside the top 10. Kim Min-byul, Rookie of the Year 2 years ago. A couple of runner-up finishes in her career. Second shot coming into the last. Ooh. Always delights the crowd. Get a little bit of backspin there. Took a double bogey at the 14th. She'll have a chance to pop that one in for a round of 71. Now, Seong Hui to the reachable par 5. Second shot with a 3-wood. Good launch on that. This will be coming down very softly. One of the best we've seen today at the shortened 15. Here is Jungmin's closest pursuer, Yoo Hyun-ju, from the rough. Even though she's only got iron, gotta respect that first bounce and release once this ball hits the putting surface. And maybe just look out a little bit left. Give yourself an eagle look for about 30, 40 feet. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, it was aggressive. It didn't sound like the best of contacts. Oh, and it ends up in between the bunkers. That's going to be a little finicky. Pitching over that Little gumdrop. Chae-Eun putting together the round of the afternoon. Tee shot now at the par 3, 70. You see that getting a bit of backspin with a hybrid. That was coming out of the stratosphere, must be said. Jihan Sol. Chance for a birdie at 16 to move alongside Chae-Eun. Don't hear the clink. I always find it to be rather polarizing where the players do like to hear the metal bottoms of the cups in North Asia, in South Korea and Japan. It's a unique sound. Takes a bit of getting used to. Now, Anarin. Chance to end with a birdie. Nope, not going to get there, Narin. Any sponsors' invites? The return trip home to South Korea this week to support this MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. Aaron quickly becoming a regular fixture, a stalwart on the LPGA Tour stateside. We'll get into the final round, 11 under par after a 69 on Saturday. So I said this was a good break. I thought that ball was a little bit further out towards the flat portion between the traps. So maybe a little creativity and visualization required now for Yoo Hyun-Joo. Ball well above the level of her feet. You can see her gripping well down on her club. And she's gripping onto the shaft there. That club is going to feel awfully light. I'm going to keep good acceleration here. She's looking at the spot, trying to bump it into the slope. Oh, just absolutely clobbered it. That's easy to do. Not a shot that you practice a lot. And she's turned what's looked like a gimme birdie hole on the scorecard today into a bit of work. Yoo Hyun-Joo. Back to Hwang Yo-min on the closing hole for a fast finish. Good try. Just coming off a bogey at 17. That'll be a tap-in for par in a round of 70 to go along with her pair of 68s that started the week. Troy Bond on the upslope outside of the bunker. Much easier shot than the one that Yoo Hyun-Joo had. Lay that club face open. Big slow swing. Have this one pop up nice and high. Good technique.
많이 돌아.
Only player, unfortunately, to have double bogeyed the 14th hole today, Kim Min-byul. That's a nice way to end the birdie for a 71. Key to this putt now for Yoo Hyun-Joo is just trying to predict what it's going to do on the midpoint of her putt. She's coming up at a very gentle rise, but across a little spine. That section of the screen which you think would want to push that ball a little right as it makes its way over it. And once it gets up around the hole, it should stay fairly straight. forgot to hit it. And that is going to be a real tester now. Just back across to the 15th and Idayon. Having a bit of an indifferent day at the office thus far. That should certainly help. Cheon at the other par 3 in the back 9, the 17th. Hyunju struggles. Cheon emerging as Hong Jung-min's real threat at the moment. Scared the right edge, but doesn't go for Lee. Seong Hui for eagle after that majestic, towering 3-wood from well back in the fairway. Good positive putt. Doesn't drop though. And as you'd come to expect with a reachable par 5, that's been shortened even further to action today. Bit of waiting to be done. Park Min-ji and her excessively tall caddy, Lee Sun-suk, who appears to have had a haircut since I last saw him. Keeping calm and just chatting away back in the fairway as Lee Hyun-ju lines up this hugely important par-saving putt. Talks about 14 being a must birdie for the chasers. Showing the Bond could certainly do with rolling this one in. Okay. Good up and down from a bit of a tricky spot. It's been a rather warm summer season in the land of morning calm. The worst of it is behind us, and we should start to see the temperatures drop over the next couple of weeks as we get into the busy stretch of the year. To the cool of September and beyond. And of course, in the winter time, you see a lot of professional golfers, female and male, head away from South Korea to Southeast Asia for training camps with slightly more balmy and pleasant practice conditions. So, big putt for Yu Hyun-ju. Just to try and stay within 3 shots of Hong Jung-min, who's patiently waiting back on the tee. This for par. Okay. A little bit untidy there for Hyun-ju, but the scorecard's not going to take any damage whatsoever. Stays at 16 under par. Up to the 17th. Sun 7. Pick that on the right-hand side of this green today. It helps to try and fit some kind of high fade in. This one cutting nicely as it got the legs. Yeah. All in all, pretty solid. Seong Hui for her birdie. Just taking a step closer to Hong Jung-min. Here's Ro Seong Hui. So-yi to capitalize on that fine tee shot at the 15th. She'll do just that. Good putt for So-yi. Lost in a playoff to Madras Som 2 years ago. At Club 72 for the OK Man open. Dion. Should be a fairly straight putt here, if anything, maybe just left center. Good birdie there for Dion. So, green clear. Penultimate group set to play their seconds. Julia Lim will kick us off. That's nicely done to the heart of the green. The left for us. Got to be sensible here. Don't need to go with the flag. Don't make the mistake that you and Ju did. Now sort of front left third of the green will do. She's just gonna play it the conventional way. Must have been a very poor lie for Ji Hyun 3. Now Minji. Slight downslope ball, a little below her feet, should help to neutralize that standard draw she likes to play. Sound a little thin, but she'll just sort of skip it around that bunker. It's not going to be an easy up and down, but we've seen her do some crazy things in the past, Park Minji. Runway ahead is clear. You can see the tee box we've used for the first couple of rounds just towards the bottom left of your screen. It's up about 60 meters for today's third round. And it's been a substantial wait for Hong Jung-min back on the tee. She finds the fairway here, certainly likes her chances of getting to 20 under par at the conclusion of this hole. Be down for the tee, usually a sign of a well-struck tee shot. Yeah, just vital for both Kim Min-sol and Jung In-ji to find this fairway. Make that first birdie of the day. Try and build on it. Get a little closer to Jung-min with 18 to play. Hang on. Oof. That looks like a thick lie. Go down to the 16th. Han Jin-sun trying to keep pace. This a birdie look. Should be moving to her right. They got the speed. Just enough on it. Okay, Han Jin-sun to 13 under par. Good run of scoring on this back nine. It's a fourth birdie since making the turn. Song Hui to the dartboard. That is 15 green. She's got 7-iron in her hands. It's back left pin. Never get tired of watching these ladies. Just hit absolute lasers at this defenseless hole location. Nicely played from Rowe. Min-sun at 17. This putt looks gently uphill. It starts moving to her right. No, lost that right early. It's a huge misread from not too far away. Min-sun 7. But the par will preserve her position inside the top 10. Just the 18th to play. Using that left half of the tee box, so looking out towards the TV tower at the back of the green, try and sling an 8-iron into this left pin. Very good shot indeed. Hasn't made a birdie since making the turn. Made 5 and an eagle on the front side. Shot 30 with a bogey. That is very impressive stuff. Now, partner ENG, gotta feel like you chopped the legs out from under it. Short-sided, coming over that bunker. Tufty lie, good acceleration, open club face. Let the loft do the work for you. Just like that. Cheyun on the home hole, just pulled a tee shot into the left rough, but that pin on the front left portion of the green. Just try and land this in the front fringe. If it kicks on, wonderful. If not, no harm done. Got that very heavy. Hasn't even made it to the front edge. Can't get it to go at the penultimate hole. And just about speed control from this range. Show here limp. Soften view here Drew. This putt is a little bit slower than players seem to anticipate. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. Yeah, not bad. Not one of the better tee shots we've seen on the 15th hole. Try your bond with one of the longer birdie putts we've seen today. This little par 3. Good pace. In 3, had to lay up with her second. Nice wedge up to here. This for birdie. Just didn't hit it. Did not hit that hard enough. Get back on the birdie train here at the 15th. Yu Hyun Ju, smidge of right to left. What was so easily found on the front line has been elusive on the back side. That'll be a 6th straight par. Yu. Injury. Just trying to get the round back under control. Keep up the speed. Inside right edge. Oh. Just push that one. For shame. It's a really nicely played pitch shot. She'll stay at 10 under. Okay. Simplest of two-putt conversions. Cho Hye Lim shot closer to Hong Jung-min. This is the right thing to do for Jung Yun-ji. So that ball really nestled down. So just a layup down to the flat portion of the fairway. Keep it short of the penalty area. Chae-eun. The home hole. Soft grip pressure. Drop the club in the back of the ball. Have it chase along. Pops that one in. It'll be a round of 65. She'll hang a 15 under par target. Clubhouse through 3 rounds. Seeks a first KLPGA Tour crown. Back to the 15th and Ro Seong-hui move alongside Yoo Hyun-joo in second place. Nicely holed. Good birdie after that great tee shot from Ro. Jin Seon up to 17. Haven't seen any players pass this pin on the back right. That is on perfectly pin high. Only needs an iron to get to this green today, Hong Jung-min. Start that one out well to the left. Is it cutting back? No one seems excessively bothered, even though our cameraman can pick up where the ball's finished, so it should be fine. Big tee shot for Kim Min-sol through the fairway. Only 154 meters left, electing to not take relief off the cart path, so the lie must be pretty good. All the way down here, pretty much a straight angle up the neck of the green to get to the pin, but she's pulled this one. Only just a touch. That's fine. So for a 65. Well played, Lee Chae-eun. Blemish-free effort on moving day. Just tossed her name in the hat this year's MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. Now, having laid up successfully, Jung Yun-ji's third shot. Vital to stay aggressive here. Got to try and throw it all the way to the pin or past it if you can. Expect some spin coming in with a wedge. No, just it's nowhere near far enough up that green. Fresh off that birdie, Cho Hye Lim will have the honour at 15.
Wow. 네, 하겠습니다.
Not often I thought I would say this, but Park Min-ji has struggled to put 4 solid rounds of golf together. There always seems to be that one little blip in her week. Certainly this season. Unfortunately, it just happens to be day 3 this week for Park. Of course, just as I say that, she flags a 7-iron at the par 3 15th. Good tee shot. Well, there have been moves made on moving day, none bigger than Iche and 2, who signed for a 65 not long ago to sit at 15 under par through 3 rounds. But it's still Hong Jung-min sitting comfortably 3 clear of Ro Seung-hui and Yoo Hyun-ju. Eagle opportunity for Kim Min-sol at 14, and doesn't she need a couple of shots to go her way on the scorecard? Never really threatened the hole. You fancy her chances of ending the birdie drought here on the 14th. Seung-hui ahead on the 16th. Green light pin from the left side of the fairway. Got 9-iron from 113. Looking like she's pulled it a touch. Okay. Still fine. Yeah, we saw the second shot of Hong Jung-min. The mystery has been solved. Ended up on the green. Cameron thought it was short. This is an eagle putt now for Hong. 2 putts from here, she'll get to 20 under par. So another birdie, 5 under for her day. Stretches her lead to 4. So not only is the lead 4, Yuhyun Ju's got company at 16 under par. She's lost a couple of shots out to the right, and this is no different into 16. She's looked a different player since making the turn. Yuhyun Ju, a couple of loose swings, hasn't really given herself too many good looks, and of course didn't birdie the 14th. Jung Hyun Ju has only made 1 bogey today, but yet to record a birdie on the card. This is an outside opportunity at the scoreable par 5. And a gross misread there from the NH Ladies Open champion of a couple months ago. That kind of golf course, if you're not making birdies, if you're not making up ground, you are sliding down that leaderboard. Amber is within 2 of the lead coming into the weekend. She now finds herself 8 back. That's all giving this putt all the care and attention it deserves. Been a really rotten day at the office thus far for Kim. 3 over par for her round. Should be getting one of those drop shots back momentarily. Come on, Minji. Let one slide by on 14. Want to let another go by here on 50. Not after that tee shot. Should be just inside left half. Don't need to start this one outside the hole. Okay. Good birdie. Minji back to even for her round. And gives a little fist bump and a smile for her adoring fans. Hansel at the last. Out of the rough, so will have a little less control than she would have liked. Not going to matter much. Played for a little kick. Judged it just right. Group of the day make their way up to the hourglass-shaped 15th green. And up first, leader by 4, Hong Jung-min, who has not put a foot wrong all week long. Just continued to build on that lead hour by hour here in Pocheon. She's got 7-iron. Just solid. Doing what she needs to do, Hong Jung-min. Hyun Ju on 16. She can land this on the green if she wants. Just have it trundle along towards the cup. Looked a little stubby. Leading edge digging in a little. Just got another one of those nervy length par putts. See if that first birdie of the weekend settled Kim Min Sol down a little. She's got one less club than Jung Min. Seung-hui stepping in over this left to right slider for birdie on 16. Pretty unintimidating tee shot, this 15. We've got the iron play of Chung Yun-ji firing at this pin. She'll do just that. So Papa Hyun-ju, similar length to the putt she hold on 14. Doesn't get away with one here. And that's very klutzy. Wedge in hand on a par 4. Walks off with a bogey. Up to the last, and Kim Min-sun 7 with a lengthy putt down the tier for a closing birdie. Jungmin's birdie on the 14th moves her up to 20 under par. Roh Seung-hui now flip-flops with Yoo Hyun-ju after the former's birdie and the latter's bogey. Jungmin continuing to stay well clear at the top of this leaderboard Saturday afternoon in Pocheon. But a nice day at the office for Jihan Sol. It's for around a 66. Okay. Lovely way to close out her day. She'll join Lee Chae-yun 2 in the clubhouse at 15 under par. How far back is that going to be when they tee it up for the final round tomorrow? At the moment it's 5, but the move that Hong Jung-min's in, it could be a couple more by day's end. I'll take nothing away from Jihan Sol. Played some excellent golf this Saturday. Kim Min-sun 7 to brush this one in for a clean card as well. This would be a 68 for Kim. Good tidy round there from Min-sun 7. Jihan 3 from the downslope on 16 to this back pin. Don't want to go long. It's a very friendly kick off that front mound, and it's going to work out brilliantly. So, patting it along the spine at the 15 for her birdie, inside of 20 feet. Short the jaws. Had the line though. To the lady now in solo second, Ro Seong Hui at the 17th with one of her favorite clubs in the bag. Favorite players on the KLPGA Tour. It's right on line, just needed a yard or two more and that would have kicked up a little closer. Wouldn't surprise you one bit if this birdie putt dropped on the 15th for Jung Min. Would not surprise you one bit at all. It has been an exhibition from the 23-year-old, not just today, but all week long. Hong Jung Min in a league of her own at 21 under par, 5 shots clear. Leaderboard. This will be a 5-iron. There it is. It's the forward kick, settles up nicely. Come on, Yoonji. Knock this one in. Finally, Jung Yoon-ji opens her birdie account for the day. It's exasperation more than anything right there, but she'll move back to where she began the weekend at 13 under. Still playing some solid golf. Most of her damage was done in the first 5 holes, picking up 6 shots. Hyunju, oh, that's out to the right again. That needs to go. Unnecessarily brought the runoff into play. Not too many loose swings from Hyunju since the back 9. Park Min-ji for back-to-back birdies ahead on the green at the par 4. All right. Start to wonder what might have been. Pops that birdie in on 14. She's a shot closer. She doesn't know the meaning of the word quit, Park Min-ji. She'll still believe that she can be kissing the cup Sunday afternoon, even though we know that's probably going to be unlikely, especially if Hong Jung-min continues her fine form. To the last, Han Jin-seon from 117. All over it. Pretty much guarantees a birdie on the closing hole. And that would be for a bat 9 of 31. And Lee Ji-hyun 3, great shot in the 16. A little bit closer than Park Min-ji. She'd love a similar result. Diffraction too high. It's almost like watching someone play a video game right now. The amount of control that Hong Jung-min has. Not only the golf game, her emotions, but this championship as well. People talk about the flow state. She is certainly in it this Saturday afternoon. A-Lim on the last. Back at 9 under par now. Chance to go into the final round. Double digits under par. So a 6th unanswered birdie of the day sees the lead of Hong Jong-min swell to 5 over Roh Seong-hui. Short game's had to work a little overtime on the back nine. Yoo Hyun-ju now in another tricky little spot right of the 17th green. Oh, that's much better. That is much better from Yoo Hyun-ju. So, salvages a par here on the penultimate hole. Stand. 2 holes ago, he's looking like being Hong Jong-min's closest pursuer, and most of the day only a single shot back. As things stand, she's not even in the final group for tomorrow afternoon. In a 3-way share of 3rd with Ji Han-sol and Lee Chae-yeon-tuha, who are both already done for the day. Now, your leader into 16, another green light situation, just a gap wedge in, dancing that one round the pin. Jung-min is going to take some catching with 18 holes to play. Roh Seong-hui, just a little bump and run, caught that heavy, much like Yoo Hyun-ju did on the previous hole, so Xionghui has already dropped 2 shots today amidst those 8 birdies. And the testy par putt coming up. Kim Lim for a birdie on the last. Just a little firm on that line. Choi Bon. She's been quietly sticking around all afternoon. Looked like that was going to keep turning left, and then just as it approached the front lip, it went the other way. Curious little putt, that. Should be a fairly elementary cleanup for a player of A-Lim's abilities. Okay. Not the effort on Saturday that Kim Lim would have been looking for, just the level past 72. Xionghui for a vital par putt. Lest we hand Hong Jung-min a 6-shot advantage. Good putt. Aggressive roll. Xionghui stays at 16 under par. Jun Son just trying to hang around. Comes home in 31, matches her efforts from that 67 in the opening round. Started her day slowly, but was pretty solid ever since. 14 under with 18 to play. ENG. Nicely controlled approach into the back segment of this 16th green. This putt will be working sort of gently downhill and just tailing off to the right as it approaches the cup. So should be around maybe 2 cups left, cup and a half. Much depends on her pace. Looks pretty good. Looks brilliant. Oh my word. She has not been able to buy a putt this Saturday afternoon. That did everything but go in. No one ever said golf was going to be a fair game. Let it be said. Seen a lot of tee shots in that left rough on 18 today. So he doesn't appear too bothered with where that one's headed. Just in the step cut down the right. Minsole, like ENG, her putt's going to be coming down the hill. Should want to fall a little right as well. It's a decent look for the #1 player on the Dream Tour. Okay, that's more like it. Minsole recovers another shot, back to 13 under par. Looked like a much better swing. Club didn't get stuck behind her at the start of the downswing, so just to keep club face a lot more square through impact. And Hong Jong-min for a third birdie in a row. Probably one of the easier putts you can leave yourself on 16. Still got to keep your speed up. Start this left half. Just makes the game look so simple. Hong Jong-min. She's 5 under on the back nine without even breaking a sweat. 6-shot lead. 20 holes to play. To the 17th, and Park Min-ji, who's putting a little bit of a run together. She's got 5 iron. These right hole locations don't suit her eye too well. You wouldn't know that. That was all over it. Good shot. Choi Eun-woo, Choi Rim, just short of the 18th. That one's come out a little bit hot, but has some grab, and it'll yield a par for Yerim. Under par, round 70. He's Choi Rim just outside the top 10 with the day to go. Lee Daeyeon a little bit closer, a little bit straighter. Put the ball well back in his stance, just a little stab and run. Quickly up onto the green at 17 is Park Min-ji. It's a pretty slow putt from this spot in the green. Work up a very gentle rise. That putt's been hit with authority, just quite started far left enough. And inside the top 10, Park Min-ji 1 under for her round after those back-to-back birdies. 3 top 10s this season on the KLPGA Tour for a player that has won so prolifically over the last 3 years. Back to 18 and Daeyeon for her par. Yep, brushes that one in nicely, Lee Daeyeon. Disappointment and frustrating over par effort on Saturday, 73 for the 8-time tour champion. Just see the skirt of Ro Seung-hui, a breeze coming into her face, so that should help this come down a little softer and hold it in that front segment of the green where the pins cut for the day's 3rd round. Done. Give herself a look. And for Yu Hyun-ju. So she can just make sure keeps that club out in front of her. They want that lower body sliding out, dropping the club inside. And that looked like it was matched up nicely. And the result would confirm that. Fine shot. That's what we saw a lot of on the front side. They've been lacking since hitting around the turn for home. 140 million won worth of kitchen appliances and furniture, the hole-in-one prize. Up for grabs on the 17th hole by our sponsors, Arc Linear. No need to go with this flag for Jungmin, just a little left will do. In the mood that she's in, she'll be taking a dead aim, fancying some new kitchenware. Seems to like it. Pump that out to the right. We saw Yu Hyun-ju in a similar spot earlier. Again, so much will depend on how that ball's sitting in the thick rough, but that's probably the poorest swing we've seen Jungmin make all week. I think there should be 6 iron for Kim and Sol. Guess it a little longer than Kim Jungmin statistically. Pulled the right club. Good shot. Straightforward one for Choi Ye-bon at the home hole. Good effort. Club in 17. Look at this, he's birdied in every single round thus far. Wouldn't say no to a hat trick today. Jumping in just a little wide right. For a closing birdie, comfortable putt optically for a right-hander. Gets the break toward you, so in this case, swinging a little from right to left and working gently downhill as well. So this should get there without too much difficulty. Decent try. Shortage of birdies. Today from last year's Korea Women's Open champion, 66-68. 8 birdies, 2 drop shots and a 66 on Saturday for Roh Seung-hui, who will be teeing it up in the final group come Sunday afternoon, seeking a second career victory. Choi Ye-bon enjoying a nice solid day of golf, a 68 for her. Blemish free, leaves her in a share of 6th. This could very well be to get it into the final group tomorrow. Don't forget, if players are tied on a certain score, it's first one to hand in their scorecard, last one out. So at the moment, that would be Ji-Han Sol ahead of Lee Chae-eun-2. Inju pops this in. She's going to join Roh Seung-hui at 16 under par, and your final 3-ball is going to be set. This makes such a difference to be able to play alongside the leader, watch how they're playing, watch how they're feeling. exactly what you need to do. But in order for her to have that privilege, this one has to go. Started out a little high in a day that began with fireworks. Sort of fizzles out towards the end. Inward half at 37. Still a 67 for Yu Hyun-ju. She'll keep herself in the conversation, but she will need to start similar to today. She must have any sort of hope of catching Hong Jung-min tomorrow. Jung-min, even though she is technically short-sided, just the fact that she's on an upslope does mean that she'll be able to land this one softly, not have it run out too much. Almost play it like a bunker shot. Try and use the bounce. Don't want the leading edge digging in. Sort of long, lazy swing. Carry it halfway to the hole. Let it release along. Beautifully judged. She's just seen the perfect example of how to play this shot, although it's being a little bit higher up the slope means Jung Min-ji's going to get a little bit more elevation on this. It can carry it further onto the green than Jung-min did. Really good. Really, really good from Jung Hyun-ji. The bonus birdie. That kind of day for Jung Hyun-ji. Hasn't really felt like she's done too much wrong. I suppose that was warranted. Certainly warrants another look. We'll get it to 14 under. Just out of that left rough at the home hole. Tap this out towards the right half of the green. Have it come down soft. Beautiful. Everyone underread this putt from this angle. No different from Kim Min Sol. That was a big misread. Preserve the bogey-free run this week. Take it at 53 holes. Was there any doubt? Hong Jung-min remains 6 clear. Just one hole left to play for the featured group. I have to say, pace of play has been surprisingly good this week on the KLPGA Tour. I have been very hard on the girls before, and to be fair, pace of play is an issue in the game of golf, but fair play to the ladies this week. The course has been set up well, it's been set up fair, presented plenty of opportunities, and these girls have had the opportunity to show their quality. Those are fine examples. Jung Hyun-ji's pitch in for a birdie here at the 17th. High quality championship, and we still have one whole round to go. Sunday is going to be terrific. You take Hong Jung-min out of this equation, this tournament's wide open, but at the moment, really, you have to say it's pretty much a 5-horse race, and The likes of Seung Hui, Han Sol, Chae Yun Tu, and Hyun Ju are going to have to conjure up something special. Jung Yun Ji could get into the penultimate group with a birdie on the closing hole. And stay in the fairway, giving her the best opportunity to do just that. Down on the green, Jo Hye Lim. Makeable spot. Great way to end the day. Tough start to the back nine, but come home solidly.
이거 멈춰주세요.
Hong Jung-in opened her week with a 65, followed that up with a 64 yesterday. If she passed the last year, she'll be another 65. See now that statistic, fourth best par 4 scoring average on tour this year. It splits the fairway down the last. Min-ji for a closing birdie. It would move her up alongside the likes of Kim Min-sun 7 and Kim Min-sol. Just a right edge putt. Oh, great finish, classy finish there from Park Min-ji. 3 birdies in her last 4 holes, around a 70 for her. Good that she's starting to turn the corner and just find that form that saw her clinch so many titles over the last couple of seasons. But at the moment, it's very much Hong Jung-min's week. She leads by 6. Okay. And then so he like that rough. Big breeze into the face. Just a smooth pitching wedge required from 111. Started that left, trying to cut one up a little. Just hangs on to the left fringe. Hospitality area and the grandstands around the back of this 18th hole going to be packed tomorrow, and I have a sneaky suspicion that pin's going to be in the back right corner. Are you not surprised? Hong Jung-min flagging another one just a little past the hole, leaves herself that downhill right to left putt. His second straight round of 64, scoring record here at the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. Going to be obliterated this week. Hong Jung-min looks to take a 7-shot lead into Championship Sunday. But in a class of her own this week in Pocheon. Jung Yun-ji said a birdie here gets her in the penultimate group Sunday. Green light pin. That one well outright, trying to turn it back. Oh, spin hurt her a little there, but she's got an uphill putt. Had to remain patient today, Jung Yun-ji. Both her birdies coming on the back nine, both on par threes. And Sol had that slow start, couple of early bogeys. 3 over through 10, but like Jung Yun-ji, a couple of birdies have kept her inside the top 10. They have been blown out of the water, as the rest of the field have, by Hong Jung-min. Started the weekend with the lead at 15 under. And put a foot wrong today. 7 unanswered birdies with an excellent look to come on the last. The fourth staging of the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship, an event that is quickly gaining popularity out here on the KLPGA Tour. Attracts a lot of the big names in the game, like Kim Hae-lim, like Anna Rin, back from the LPGA Tour to come and support this event put on by their main sponsors, MEDIHEAL, and of course some of the big names on the KLPGA Tour, Ye-won, for example, and Lee Dae-yeon. But it's Hong Jung-min who has been holding court at Montvert Country Club this week. She will have an opportunity. The 23rd birdie of the week. We've only played 54 holes. That is some seriously impressive golf. Downhill putt. This works a little to her left as it loses speed for a 7-shot cushion. It's going to turn from out there. It's trying. Just looked a little high. And for the 3rd day in a row, it's going to be around in the mid to low 60s. 65 for Hong Jung-min. 6 clear, 18 to play. She's really going to be making an impression on the top of the KLPGA Tour money list. Projected to leapfrog Ye-won atop the money list As things stand right now, getting into the all-important closing couple of events of the season. 3 majors and the Hana Financial Group Championship on the line now. Kim Min Sol for an even par round of 72. Not to be. Great try though. 4 wins on the Dream Tour this season, a runner-up finish on the KLPGA Tour as an amateur. Certainly going to be seeing a lot of her in the years to come. Straight up the hill. I think she can just hit this inside left half. Maybe left edge. Just forgot to hit it. Still, 71 today for Chung Yun Ji. It's going to be in the 3rd to last group heading into Sunday. It's 2 back beginning the weekend. She's a whopping 8 behind now. So, shot further back, disappointed. Playing that rough start for that 73. Still inside the top 10. Only her 4th start on the KLPGA Tour this season. And as it's been for most of the week, it's just been the Hong Jung Min show. 23-year-old KLPGA Championship winner, stretching her advantage to 6 as we look back on some of the best from moving day. Starting off with the red-hot start of Yoo Hyun-ju, the reigning KB Financial Group star champion, birdied her opening hole. And that birdie on the 2nd was an early sign of things to come. Get up to the par 5 3rd. Laid it up with her 2nd shot and produced easily one of the shots of the day. Spinning that one back into the bottom of the cup for a birdie eagle start. While that was happening, Hong Jung Min parred her first 2 holes, wasted no time in finding her first birdie of the day, almost replicating Yoo Hyun-ju's feat. She'd have to settle for just the birdie 4. Roh Seung-hui, the Korean Women's Open champion from seasons past, had a mixed bag to start. Birdie, bogey, birdie, par, and then that, a birdie on the 5th. A couple of holes later, Hong Jung Min would find a 2nd birdie of the day, courtesy of this lovely approach from 63 meters. Easiest par 4 on the course all week. Third time she's birdied this hole this week. Up to the back 9, where Jihan Sol would start to make a move. Turned in 2 under par 34, just the par at 10. And then a nice birdie putt, finding its mark at the 11th. At 12, Lee Chae-eun too would find a 5th birdie of her day, snaking in this curling putt, beautifully judged, coming off that big shoulder on the right-hand side of the green. Keeping her hopes alive for a breakthrough victory on the KLPGA Tour. Hong Jung Min didn't hit the best of 2nd shots, but left it in one of the easiest spots possible to this pin and took full advantage, chipping that one in to get to 3 under for her day. The home hole, Chae-eun too. At that for a 64, scared the cup, wouldn't drop. But a bogey-free round of 65 leaves her handily placed with 18 to play. Seol, however, would hit the green in regulation and roll this one in to come home in 32, a 66 for Jihan Seol, who will be in the final group on Sunday. The 15th, after a routine birdie on 14, Hong Jong-min played it to the heart of the green, and to absolutely no one's surprise, rolled in the putt to go to 21 under par and stretch the lead to 5. She would add another at the 16th. The lead swelled to 6, and then Jung Yoon-ji, who couldn't make a single thing all day long, birdied 15, and then that chip in brought her to her knees on the 17th. And on 18, she had this for a second straight round of 64. Wouldn't drop. 3 days without dropping a shot and making 22 birdies. Hong Jong-min firmly in control here at the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. It's going to take something special from the chasers. Very much Hong Jong-min's tournament to win or lose. 18 holes to play tomorrow at the Montvert Country Club. I certainly hope that you can join us for the final round action then. Until such times, this is Timothy Lowe saying have a lovely Saturday evening, and we'll see you tomorrow for the conclusion of the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship at Montvert. Bye-bye for now.